Hello and welcome to the video. New year, new makeup, same me. Okay, let's go ahead and get right into it. I do have a little bit of moisturizer and eye cream on my skin already, but the first thing I'm going to start out with is the new Bare Minerals Prime Time Hydrate and Glow Primer. I've heard nothing about this, but when I saw it, I was like, hey, that sounds like something that I would like. Squirt a little bit out here, and it's kind of like a beigey pearly. It's very thin. It smells like the pool. Not like sunscreen, but like plastic pool toys. It's not like overly glowy, definitely not as glowy as like e.l.f. Halo Glow, but it is more moisturizing than that. Feels nice and moisturized, not sticky, but it's not bringing anything new to the makeup table in 2023, you know what I mean? Okay, now I'm going to go in with the Makeup by Mario foundation. I'm in the shade 1C. I'm going to give this a good shake. I've only tried this out one other time, and my skin was so dry and not happy, so I feel like it deserves another chance. I'm going to squirt 2 pumps out, and as you can see, the formula is pretty viscous. I'm going to apply it on half of my face with the new sponge from Exa, the house brand at Credo. It has an edge here, an edge here, an edge here, a rounded little bottom, so this is really promising. It feels nice and squishy. This is a good shade match for me. And this formula does have mica in it, so when you look at it, when you look at your bottle in the sunshine, you're going to see little specks of sparkle. And this has been out for a couple of weeks now. I've seen almost everybody review it, and it's not like an immediate fave for a lot of people. It's $42, and a lot of people are having to find ways to make it work, whether that be in terms of longevity or even initial application. For $42, we want it to just work. Right. Zoom in a little bit. It looks pretty good right now. On the other side, I'll apply with a flat top kabuki style brush. And as you apply this Makeup by Mario foundation, at least on me, it doesn't feel like innately moisturizing. Applied with a brush, I do have streaks, so I do feel the need to go in and tap out with a sponge. I really wanted to love this foundation, but I'm really leaning towards it's just meh. It just is, and I feel like we all had super high expectations for Mario and what he would bring to the skin table, knowing he has such amazing products in complexion already. But I don't know if you can tell, but it's emphasizing these pores right here and the lines that I have, and in between my brows I have fine lines. In just regular light, it makes my skin look more mature than it is, and that's not what I signed up for. And in daylight, I showed this on my Instagram, in daylight it looks like a filter because of that mica, but I want something to look good inside and outside, you know? It makes my skin look older than it is, and frankly, I'm offended and I don't appreciate that. For concealer, I picked up the new Bare Minerals concealer. This is their Complexion Rescue concealer. To go with their Complexion Rescue skin tint, I picked up the shade Fair Opal, and I'm just going to squeeze some on my hand. It is a thick little formula. Feels very moussey. And just going to pity pat that underneath my eyes so it feels like it's going to be super hydrating. And I'll take this Exa sponge on one side, and that wasn't enough concealer. It looks kind of grainy when you first squeeze it out, but whatever's going on there doesn't translate onto the skin. And in my opinion, it looks super nice underneath my eyes. Very hydrating. And I don't know if you can tell, but that is the graininess that I'm talking about right there. But when you kind of like blend it in, it goes away. This feels like almost like a thick eye cream, but like in the best possible way. I really like the texture. And I would definitely say it's like a light to medium coverage. Gonna apply some around my nose, on my chin, and I have a spot literally in the middle of my forehead. And while this concealer looks really nice just as it is, because it's so creamy and hydrating, I definitely feel like I'm going to need to set it. To set my under eyes, I'm just going to take some of the e.l.f. Halo Glow powder in light pink. And I'm using a BK Beauty 108 brush to set my eyes and powder my brows. Alright, gonna move into contour slash bronze, and I'm using the Tarte Sculpt Tape. I picked up the shade Soft Bronze, and I did do a side-by-side comparison of this to the Charlotte Tilbury one on my Instagram. I bought this off QVC, so I did get the brush that comes with it, which is really just a dense angled brush. Any brush will do. And I love this product. It comes in 5 shades versus the 2 that Charlotte Tilbury has. Blends out the exact same way. Gives the same really pretty effect. So it looks like in 2023 makeup is not going to stick to that spot. I mean, I thought this might be the year that it would change its mind, but apparently not. I really like this formula. It's super thin. You just want to make sure that you do turn the nozzle to off when you're done with it, because this can get messy. And there is a product from MILANI that everybody also says is a dupe for these types of products, but I did not like the MILANI one. The formula is kind of the same, but I did not like the color choices that MILANI made. Turned out really, really warm and orangey looking on my skin tone. I'll take this down the sides of my nose, underneath the jaw. I'm just taking it from the sponge. Going to turn it off and take just whatever's left on the sponge. That way when I close the cap, it's not super, super messy, because I'm just using the excess. I really like this Sculpt Tape from Tarte. I think they did a fantastic job. They nailed the formula. And so far it's looked really great on everything that I've used it with. I'm just going to take the sponge I used for foundation and concealer and go over my lines, make sure everything's blended. Alright, for highlight, I'm going to try this new product from Undone. They sent me this. This is the Serum Tint Enhancing Wand, and this one is in the shade Light Beige. A little fuzzy top, kind of like a bingo stamp. Exactly like a bingo stamp. So I'm going to squeeze until some comes out. Dippity dab this onto my skin where I'd like some glow. B52. Oh wow, 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 but it's super pretty though. And I can tell as I tap it in that it's going to dry down. That is super natural. I can feel it drying down on my skin. It's not getting like crazy tight, but there is sort of like a tightening kind of feeling. This would look amazing on a no makeup day. Like crazy good. I really like this. Also from Undone, they launched these new Mega Cream palettes, 4-in-1 color cream. This is the shade Neopolitan Cream. So I'm going to take this glowy shade down at the bottom. It looks like it's going to be a highlighter for me, and I'm just going to intensify this highlight. Oh yes! Okay, Tin Man alert. I'm going to test out this bronzy strip of color for my blush. It looks like it has a hint of rose to it. Ooh. I might could use that as a bronzer. So, a BK Beauty 109 brush. Kind of push that back to the backs of my cheekbones. And when I get to the apple of my cheek, I'm just going to stipple in a circle. This is gorgeous. And these pans are ginormous. It would last you forever. It will last you forever. And of course, going to take some on the nose. And up on the forehead as well. Man, you guys, really, I highly recommend these Undone products. So the Neopolitan Cream, Strawberry Cream, and they also have an Espresso Cream. Look how rich and gorgeous those colors are. So they are fairly pigmented, but as you can see, if you just blend them out, they sheer out enough to work across a wide range of skin tones. Undone, round of applause to you. Call me McDonald's because I'm loving it, okay? MILANI just dropped some new little eyeshadow palettes. I picked up the all matte variation in Whiskey Business. First things first, let's zoom in a touch, and I'm going to take the creamy, ooh, quite a lot of kick up. Take this creamy shade and really am just setting the whole lid. And next I'm going into this beige shade and placing that in the crease. Now, if you are not as ghostly as I am, this probably won't show up. Into the cooler of the browns that look pretty similar. Taking this on a flat little brush. And I'm going to, oh, it's more pigmented than I expected. Buffing this on the lash line. Into a wing, going to bring it all the way into the inner corner. And take it on the lower lash line as well. Then I'm going to take an angled brush, second deepest shade. And there is the fallout. I didn't tap out my brush, and I should have. But I'm placing this just inside there. And when I get fallout, I like to take a fluffy duo fiber brush and just flick it away the best I can. Alright, now I'm going back into that beige shade, and I'm going to buff out the caramel colored wing on the upper and the lower lash line. Taking that second darkest color again, and I'm going to bring it in the inner corner and extend my inner tear duct. That's all I'm going to do for the eyeshadow. So far, despite the kick up in the pan, I am really liking this MILANI palette. Dare I say it, but I'm going to say it. I think it's a great alternative to the Makeup by Mario. You don't get as many shades, of course, but it has the basics that you need that are also in here, and you can create the same look with these two products. So let me know if you'd like me to do that in a video, making a look with both of these and seeing how similar I can get them. Moving on to brows, I picked up the new NYX brow glue in shades, okay? They used to just have a clear version of this, but now it comes in different shades. Of course, they don't have an auburn shade, which doesn't make sense to me because their Thick It Stick It comes in an auburn shade. So I got the closest I could, and I picked up the shade Medium Brown. Little teensy little spoolie. So I'm going to apply it without any brow pencil first. Okay, there's some color. It is a very sticky, as the name would suggest, glue-like texture. So I would say this would be good if you didn't need to do that much filling in of your brows and you have nice brows that are just like perfect. You could just throw this in and be ready to go. It gives your brows that bushy looking effect, which may or not be in style anymore, who really knows. It is a very sheer wash of color. For mascara, I do have the new MILANI highly rated lash extensions mascara, and I tried this on my Instagram comparing it directly to Thrive, so check out my Instagram for that video. But I did not do my little mascara hack where I apply Urban Decay eyeshadow primer, so I'm going to do that today and see if I like it better. Thin layer of primer potion and let that dry while I do the other side. And the wand is exactly like the one from Thrive. The formula is very wet. Hopefully this little primer hack will help it hold the curl better. And it is clumping together like nobody's business. So in my Instagram video, I did say that I prefer this on the lower lash line, and I think that's the only way I'm going to be able to use this mascara. Just because even with my little primer hack, it's very finicky and I have to do a lot of work to make it look nice. Nothing beats the Cali Ray Come Hell or High Water as of yet. In terms of tubing mascaras, this is Chunktown, USA. Good thing I did not do an intricate eye look, because wow. However, I think it looks great on the bottom lashes, so at least there is a way that I can use the tube that I have. Moving on to lips, Rare Beauty launched some new shades of their lip souffles. It's like a matte cream, and I picked up the shade Courage and Kindness. This is the shade Kindness, and this is the shade Courage. I don't have a new lip liner, so I'm going to apply my CoverGirl Simply Ageless Lip Flip. This is in the shade Elegant Nude. And I'm going to go in with Courage from Rare Beauty. Not tried this formula before. Bringing it up to the lip liner and kind of blending it in. I really like that shade. It's kind of glidey across the lips and it is matte, but it's definitely not drying. It doesn't feel like there's anything on there as I'm talking, so I really like that formula, and I'm surprised at myself for not having tried it before. Got it all wiped off because I picked up a Smooth Whip lip color from NYX, and I picked up the shade Teddy Fluff. I'm wondering if these have the same kind of formula because they look like they do. So I've lined with the same lip liner, and I'm going to try the NYX Teddy Fluff. Yes, these are formula dupes for sure. This one almost is creamier and not as velvet feeling. Yeah. And these are dupes in terms of formula for sure. And I'm going to go ahead and clean up the mascara with a Q-tip. And if a Q-tip doesn't work, Then you can use a mascara spoolie, just be gentle. And last but not least, EXA has just launched a setting spray, and look how gorgeous it is. The Dual Shield Set and Glow Mist. So you're gonna need to give it a shake. Very sheer pump spray. Lid. Where did I put the lid? You can feel the oils in this makeup, and holy cannoli, can you see them? I want to take the same EXA sponge I've been using and tap over everything. Oh my goodness. I might have sprayed too much. You probably only need one or two sprays that kind of fall over your face. If you're oily, oh my gosh, stay away. It's a lot even for me. Back into my e.l.f. powder and use the same sponge. Kind of help my fill out. Have a foundation or a powder that makes you look too matte, this setting spray will definitely help that. Looking a little less crazy with some more powder. Alright, the hair's going to be what it is. Let's do a quick rundown of all the new things that I tried today. Starting with the Bare Minerals Primer, Hydrate and Glow. It's fine. It's not, to me, worth the $20-something price tag. Just use a moisturizer. It pretty much does the exact same thing. The Makeup by Mario foundation, I'm still on the fence about this. I don't love the way that it looks on my skin, and because I want to love it, I keep trying to make it work. And for the price point, that's not something that we should be doing as consumers, is like making something work. So don't be surprised if you still see me using it, but it is not a favorite at this point. The Bare Minerals Complexion Rescue Brightening Concealer, I actually really like. I would love to give it another chance when I'm not wearing the Makeup by Mario foundation, because I think it's going to look really good. It's not creasing, which is crazy because of how hydrating it is, and I think with a tinted moisturizer or a skin tint, this is going to look fantastic. So I'm really excited to keep using this, especially as we move to springtime, and there is SPF 25 in here. So good job, Bare Minerals, on this one. It's a yes from me. The Tarte Sculpt Take Contour is another yes from me. I really love the formula. It blends out super easy. It's going to look great whether you wear it on top of a full coverage foundation, or on top of a skin tint, or on top of bare skin. Definitely recommend checking this out. The Undone Beauty Cream Palette is an absolute 100% yes for me. Love the formula. It is opaque, but easily enough sheared out if you need to do so. Again, this is another one that's going to look great on full coverage skin tint or bare skin. Like a yes from me. Sheer Radiance Serum Tint from Undone. This is a very unique product, and while I cannot get out of my head that it looks like a bingo stamp, the product is good. Definitely is going to work better for a skin tint or a tinted moisturizer or bare skin, and it does set down, so it's not going to stay sticky on the skin. It comes in multiple shades, so it's a yes from me. The NYX Tinted Brow Glue, to me, was just okay. The color in this is super sheer, and it is a sticky formula, but it is brow glue, so what do we expect, right? However, I do prefer the NYX Thick It Stick It. Even just the formula, even if Thick It Stick It didn't have the fibers that it has in it, I would still prefer it over this. This is just a little too sheer for my liking, and it doesn't come in enough shades, so it's a pass for me, but if you have a color that you like, it might work for you. The MILANI Gilded Mini Eyeshadow Palette in the shade Whiskey Business. The formula is great. However, it does kick up a bunch in the pan. If that bothers you, it's just something to be aware of. It does not bother me. They blend out really nicely. They're richly pigmented, and it's a yes for me. The MILANI Highly Rated Lash Extensions Mascara. Just because you call something highly rated doesn't mean it's highly rated, okay? I love MILANI products typically, but this is not a yes from me. I'm going to have to exclusively use this one on my lower lash line because on my upper lashes it does not hold a curl. The wet formula gets all over my eyeshadow look, and when I use my primer hack, it's just too thick and too clumpy and still gets all over my lids. So it's just too hard to work with, and I still prefer the Cali Ray Come Hell or High Water. That is my top tubing mascara at the moment, so this is a pass for me. The Rare Beauty Lip Soufflés, both of the shades that I got, Courage and Kindness, are beautiful. They feel so lightweight on the lips, and matte lips are coming back, y'all, so we might as well embrace it. But I do believe I found a formula dupe in the NYX Smooth Whip Matte Lip Creams. They feel exactly the same on the lip. If I had to say there is a difference, it's that this one feels a little more emollient than the Rare Beauty one. The Rare feels a little more powdery. So they're pretty much the same. Save your money if you've been interested in the Rare ones, and check out the ones from NYX. Throughout the whole video, I used the new Exa sponge, and I really I like it. I like how squishy it is. It feels like a memory foam mattress, but in a good way. It didn't like super absorb my product, and I really like how many flat edges are on it, so definitely a good sponge. The Exa Dual Shield Set and Glow Spray. My heavens, be careful with this. If you have dry skin, you're going to love this. Use only 1 or 2 sprays though, because wow, is it oily. And you can see that. That's what dual phase, biphase, dual shield, that's what those words mean. That is oil and water, but this turned my skin like super duper glowy. And also, if you're going to use a product like this, apply it before you apply your mascara, or else your mascara might transfer because it wants to come off from that oil. Can't really attest to the longevity of this. My initial thoughts is that it's not going to make something last long if it's so filled with oil, but I could be wrong. There could be some magic science in here that I'm not aware of, but I will keep testing it out, and be sure to check out my Instagram and TikTok so you can get updates on all these new products. Please let me know if there's anything else that you are interested in. As always, thank you for watching. Be blessed and be kind. It's free, and it's most of the time it's pretty easy. Again, if you enjoyed watching, I bring you 2 videos every week, so don't forget to like and subscribe, all the YouTube things, and we will speak again soon. Bye!